Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another My Thought Monday. Today's video is a little different and I'm just gonna put that disclaimer out there that I know that this topic is different for everyone, and so I know when I started experiencing this I found a lot of different advice, and I'm just coming from my experience and what I found works for me. Today I am going to be talking about three kind of tips slash things I've learned about anxiety and kind of how I've been dealing with it, because college, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. I guess everyone feels it at a different level, and so it's kind of you can't really put it into words. It's more of a feeling, and you just kind of hope that people understand when. The first tip that I have is to know your limits. I know for me, I kind of push myself and push myself and push myself until I'm exhausted or I'm super stressed, and a lot of times for me, stress is the cause of my anxiety. So it's I need to know when I need to kind of stop and take a break. For me, I guess knowing your limits kind of applies to every aspect of life, because it's when you know your limits for say how far you could run, or how much homework you could do at once, it's super important, because for the running example, when you push yourself too hard, that leads to a lot of medical issues. You could sprain your ankle or something like that, and it's kind of the same way with mental health. The second tip I have is to know what works best for you. I know that no two people are exactly alike, so for me, when I am dealing with my anxiety, I call friends or I go for walks, and I just kind of clear my head. But I know other people like to read or scroll through Tumblr and just kind of check out, and the differences are great, but at the same time it makes it hard, because when one person is giving you advice on anxiety and then you find it doesn't work for you, you get really disappointed and it really stresses you out. And I know for me that was the case, because I went to our counseling services for grief, because earlier in the year I experienced a loss, and then we kind of started talking about how I was feeling anxious and I was panicking a lot. So the techniques they brought up was breathing, and I tried that, and sometimes it worked but sometimes it doesn't. So you just kind of have to play around with different coping strategies until you find stuff that works best for you. And on the topic of going to counseling services, that brings me to my final tip slash advice, which is that it is okay to ask for help. Like I said earlier, society doesn't put enough emphasis on mental health, and I know that makes it really difficult for people to want to go and get help, because they feel judged and they feel alone and they feel it's not okay. But I'm here sitting telling you that it is okay to get help, because getting help and asking for help is the first step to coping with this, because anxiety is something that, like I said, everyone feels it, but everyone feels it on different levels. Asking for help also doesn't necessarily have to come from a counselor. You can start by asking a friend or a sibling or a parent or a teacher, really anyone that you trust, that you know will not judge you. The important thing is that you find a safe environment. So that's it for this week's topic. I know that, like I said, I'm not the most experienced, and it's different for everyone. So if you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up. And also, if you find that you have other advice that you would like to give, leave a comment down below. And